This may look like a normal cemetery, but when you start looking at the names on the headstones and they say Boots, Trixie, and Stinky Bill, you realize that this is actually the Brown Pet Cemetery in Columbus, Ohio. The cemetery was started in 1925 by a local veterinarian, but a vast majority of the headstones seem to be from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. However, this one for Mr. King is from 2019. It's definitely a cool cemetery to see. There's a number of different types of headstones, and this one for Sergeant Fleabite Smith, who is one of a number of military dogs that are buried here. While the grass is cut, that seems to be the only type of maintenance that's being done here at the cemetery. A lot of the headstones are broken or moved, and just in general disrepair. You can definitely tell that these animals were loved just by the type of headstones that were purchased for them. I'm definitely going to reach out to see if I can provide some maintenance to some of these headstones. It's pretty cool, even some of the headstones have pictures of the animals on them. So if you're in Columbus, Ohio, and are looking for something neat to do, check it out. So this is a really cool find. This is a Woodmen of the World headstone. Now the Woodmen of the World are a fraternal organization that still exists today, but one of the perks of being a member was you used to get a free headstone. Now a lot of these headstones are either a log or like a 5-foot tree stump. They would actually send out a template to the local stonemason to make them. So some of them vary just based on the stonemason, and some of them they just use a standard headstone but put the logo on the headstone. So pretty cool find here. Have you ever walked through a cemetery and noticed change sitting on a veteran's headstone? Well, this is what it's supposed to mean. A penny means that you just stopped by and visited and paid your respects. A nickel means you went to boot camp with them. A dime means that you served with them. And a quarter means that you were there when they died. This headstone belongs to Private First Class Christopher Dixon, who along with 21 other Marines and 1 Navy corpsman of Leva Company were killed during combat operations in 2005 during Operation Iraqi Freedom. So I am in a cemetery in Granville, Ohio, and I just came across this, and I have never seen anything like this before. So this headstone has like this little foundation thing built for it. So I think what happened, and there's a lot of old fixes in this cemetery from broken headstones, so I think at one point this headstone broke. And if you look right here, this is actually the original bottom of the headstone. So I'm guessing this was a big headstone that was sitting in a slot. And that spot fits right down here. And so when it broke, the only way they could figure out how to repair it was to do this to it, which is definitely pretty unique and actually kind of cool. Keep preserving those memories.